My father stood at the head of the table, wine glass raised, and smiled at my brother. To Marcus, successful, responsible, everything a father could hope for. Then he turned to me. Unlike some people at this table who still haven't figured out what it means to build something real. 23 relatives went silent. Forks stopped midair. My aunt looked at her plate. I sat there with 3 folders on my phone that would flip that entire dinner upside down. Want to know what my successful brother was really hiding? Before we get into it, drop your country and what time you're watching below. And hit subscribe if you love a good receipt story, because this one delivers. Let me rewind, because the lie started years before that toast. Growing up, Marcus was the golden child. Straight A's, varsity captain, trophies on the mantle. I liked art, coding, quiet projects in the garage. Dad didn't get it. Why can't you be more like your brother? I heard that line so many times it became wallpaper. After college, Marcus landed a corporate role through Dad's network. Corner office, expense account, the works. I took contract gigs, freelance finance work, data analysis, unglamorous, but I had a mentor, a woman named Clara who ran a small consulting firm. She taught me 2 things. 1, learn the boring stuff. Spreadsheets, tax code, documentation. 2, save everything. Emails, texts, deposits, promises, she'd say. If it's not in writing, it didn't happen. So I did. I kept spreadsheets, backup drives, a folder on my phone labeled Family Promises going back 5 years. It seemed paranoid at the time. Turns out it was self-defense. The family narrative hardened over the years. Marcus equals success. I equal drifter. Dad would introduce us at events. This is Marcus, VP at Steinway Group, and this is my other son. I stopped correcting him. But that dinner 2 weeks ago wasn't random. Marcus needed something, and Dad was setting the stage. 2 days after the dinner, Marcus called. Hey, got a minute? I have a business opportunity for you. I should have hung up right there. He pitched it smooth. I'm expanding the consulting firm. We're scaling fast. I need a cosigner on a $200,000 loan. Short term, 18 months, guaranteed payback. I paused. Why do you need a cosigner if business is booming? He laughed. Bank policy, you know how they are. You're liquid, right? I know you've been freelancing. This is risk-free. Can I see the financials? His tone shifted. Seriously, you don't trust me? After everything I've built, even Dad said you should step up for once. There it was, the guilt trigger. I asked for the business name so I could review it. Come on, this is family. Don't overthink it. I just need an answer by Friday. The bank won't wait. I'll think about it, I said. Think fast, he replied. This is a real chance for you to be part of something that matters. He hung up before I could respond. I sat there staring at my phone. $200,000. Cosign. Guaranteed. Every instinct I had screamed no, but the voice in my head, Dad's voice, whispered maybe I was just being selfish again. The next morning, Dad called. His voice was cold. Marcus told me you're stalling. He's offering you a chance to be part of something real, and you're dragging your feet. I just want to see don't embarrass this family by being selfish. He cut me off. For once, help someone other than yourself. He hung up. 10 minutes later, Mom texted. Just help him, sweetie. He's always been there for us. Always been there. Marcus forgot my birthday 3 years running, but sure. Then the group chat lit up. Extended family, aunts, uncles, cousins. Dad had sent a message. Praying for my youngest. Going through a tough time right now. Can't see straight. Please send encouragement. My phone buzzed nonstop. You okay? What's wrong? We're here for you. I felt the walls closing in. Maybe I was the problem. That night, Marcus sent a DocuSign link. Subject line, cosign agreement due in 48 hours. I opened it. Standard loan paperwork. My name, my credit score, my signature line. I stared at that blue box where I was supposed to sign. My hand hovered over the screen. Then I remembered Clara's voice. If it feels off, pull the records. So I did. I ran Marcus's business name through the county clerk's public records database. It took 4 minutes. What I found made my hands shake. 3 commercial liens, $47,000, $32,000, $18,000. all filed within the last 9 months. 2 missed payroll tax filings flagged by the state, and a pending lawsuit from a former client for non-delivery of services. The business address? A virtual mailbox in a strip mall. I pulled his LinkedIn next. 5 companies in 6 years. Every single one defunct. Steinway Group, the one Dad always bragged about, had dissolved in 2019. Marcus hadn't been a VP there in over 3 years. I leaned back in my chair. He wasn't expanding. He was sinking. And the guaranteed loan? It was a lifeboat. With my name tied to the anchor, I screenshotted everything. Liens, tax notices, the lawsuit filing, the business registration showing involuntary dissolution. I saved them in a new folder. Marcus, due diligence. But that wasn't the worst part. I opened my credit monitoring app. We share a last name. We'd shared an address years ago when I helped him move, so I ran a relationals check. What came up next made me feel sick. I didn't sign. Friday came and went. Saturday afternoon, someone knocked on my apartment door. Marcus. He didn't wait for an invitation, just walked in. We need to talk. I'm not co-signing, I said. He laughed, not a friendly laugh. The family's worried about you. Dad thinks you're having some kind of breakdown, paranoid, jealous. I ran your business records, Marcus. His face didn't move. So? 3 liens, a lawsuit, dissolved companies, you lied. He shrugged. That's just paperwork, transitions, you wouldn't understand because you've never built anything at scale. At scale? I kept my voice even. Your office is a mailbox. You're really going to do this, he said quietly. You're going to screw over your own brother because you're too scared to take a risk. I'm not signing. He stood. Fine. But don't be surprised when everyone finds out you're broke, bitter, and can't handle seeing me succeed. He left. An hour later, Dad sent another group message. Still praying for our youngest. He's struggling with some personal issues and can't see things clearly right now. Please be patient with him. My phone exploded again. Marcus was torch-salting my reputation in real time. I had 72 hours before the entire family wrote me off as unstable, so I made one phone call. To Clara. Clara connected me with a forensic accountant she knew. His name was David. He pulled financial profiles for a living, background checks, due diligence, fraud detection. I gave him Marcus's business info and our shared prior address. 48 hours later, David sent me a PDF. Subject line, you're going to want to sit down. I opened it. Marcus had $340,000 in personal debt, credit cards maxed across 6 accounts, a car repossession from last year, 2 credit lines and collections, and here's the kicker. He had filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy twice. Both times, he withdrew the filing before it finalized. Why? Because completing bankruptcy would have tanked his ability to borrow again. So he pulled out, scrambled for cash, then tried again when the walls closed in. The PDF included one more document, a rejection letter, from the same bank he wanted me to co-sign with. Dated 1 week before his opportunity phone call to me, they had already said no. He wasn't asking me to help him expand. He was trying to use my credit score as a backdoor, a ghost anchor. If I signed, I'd drown with him. I sat in silence for a long time. Then I forwarded the PDF to a secure folder, and I started to understand the full picture. I still didn't understand why Dad was running cover so hard, so I did something I'd never done. I called Mom. Alone. No Dad on the line. Mom, I need the truth. Why is Dad pushing this so hard? Silence. Then she started crying. Your father co-signed Marcus's first business loan 4 years ago. My stomach dropped. How much? $150,000. And Marcus defaulted last quarter. The bank sent a demand letter. If Marcus doesn't pay, they'll come after your father's retirement account. There it was. Dad wasn't protecting Marcus out of pride. He was protecting himself. Marcus told your father you've been making good money freelancing, Mom continued. He said you owe the family, that you've been the problem child for years, and this is your chance to finally contribute. I closed my eyes. I wasn't the failure. I was the exit plan. Marcus convinced Dad to throw me under the bus so neither of them would drown. How long does Dad have? I asked. 90 days, then the bank can freeze assets. Thanks, Mom. I hung up. I sat there for a long time, then I opened my laptop. I wasn't going to let them erase me, but I wasn't going to yell either. I was going to use documents. I didn't argue. I didn't post in the family group chat. I just built the file. Every lien, every tax default, the lawsuit, the bankruptcy withdrawals, the bank rejection letter. I added one more thing, a credit monitoring alert. Marcus had run soft credit checks on me, twice, using our old shared address to make it look like I'd authorized them. That's called unauthorized inquiry. In some cases, it's fraud. I took screenshots of the inquiry log with timestamps. Then I wrote 2 emails. The first was to the family, polite, professional. Thank you for the opportunity, but I'm declining the cosign request. Attached is a financial overview and my boundaries going forward. The second email went to a lawyer Clara recommended. She drafted a cease and desist letter for the unauthorized credit pulls. We sent it certified mail to Marcus and copied Dad. No yelling, no drama, just paperwork. I also wrote a boundary statement. 1 page. I will not discuss finances with family. I will not accept surprise visits. I will not be the subject of group chat narratives without my consent. I printed 3 copies, 1 for Dad, 1 for Marcus, 1 for me. Then I scheduled a certified letter to both of them with the full evidence packet. I hit send on Sunday night. By Tuesday morning, my phone was ringing nonstop. Dad wanted an emergency family meeting. I said yes. Dad's house. Sunday afternoon. He invited the same extended family from the dinner. 23 people crammed into the living room. I walked in with my laptop and a small Bluetooth speaker. Marcus was already there, arms crossed. Dad stood at the front. We're here because there's been a misunderstanding. I want us to clear the air as a family. Sure, I said. Let's clear it. I connected my laptop to the TV. The first document filled the screen. Commercial lien, Marcus Holder Consulting, $47,000. Someone gasped. I clicked. Second lien, $32,000. Click. Payroll tax default, State of California. Click. Pending lawsuit, breach of contract. Marcus stood up. This is a misunderstanding. These are just, I clicked again. Chapter 7, bankruptcy filing, withdrawn, $340,000 in unsecured debt. The room went silent. Second Chapter 7 filing, also withdrawn. My aunt looked at Marcus. You filed for bankruptcy twice. I wasn't done. I opened the next file. Unauthorized credit inquiry. My name, run by Marcus 2 weeks ago without my consent. I let that sit. Then I played the audio file. Marcus's voice filled the room. 18 months guaranteed payback. Risk-free. Then my voice. Can I see the financials? Marcus again. You don't trust me. This is family. I stopped the recording. That call happened 1 week after the bank rejected him. He knew it wasn't risk-free. He knew it wasn't guaranteed. I pulled up one last document. My own business account statement. $160,000 in savings. A signed contract with a major client. 6 figures. An LLC in good standing. Filed taxes. 0 liens. I didn't need to brag, I said quietly. I just needed you to stop lying about me. Marcus stood. He walked out. No one stopped him. Dad stared at the floor. Finally, he looked up. Why didn't you just tell us? I met his eyes. You never asked. The loan collapsed. Marcus couldn't find another cosigner. 2 months later, Mom told me he took a salaried job at a mid-size firm. No title, no corner office. He also started working with a debt counselor. I didn't gloat. Honestly, I felt nothing. Dad refinanced part of his retirement account to cover the cosign exposure. It hurt him. But he managed. 3 weeks after the meeting, he sent me a text. I'm sorry, I should have listened. It wasn't a speech. It wasn't a scene from a movie, but it was real. I didn't respond right away. I needed time. Eventually, I wrote back. I'm setting boundaries. No financial conversations, no surprise visits, no group chat stories about me without asking first. He said okay. Mom and I started meeting for coffee, just the 2 of us. Once a month. She didn't try to fix anything. She just listened. That was enough. I didn't reconcile with Marcus. Maybe someday, maybe not, but I wasn't carrying his weight anymore. My business kept growing. I hired 2 employees within 6 months. I also set up a monthly donation to a financial literacy nonprofit, 5% of net revenue. Not because I'm a hero. Because I remembered what it felt like to be buried and not know how to dig out. A year later, there was another family dinner. Smaller this time, just parents and a couple of cousins. Dad asked about my work, actually asked, and then he listened. It wasn't perfect. But it was honest. And honestly, that's all I ever wanted. Here's what I learned. You don't owe anyone access to your peace. Not even family. Boundaries aren't revenge. They're architecture. They're the walls that let you build something stable. So here's my question for you. Have you ever been the scapegoat in your family? Have you ever had to pull receipts just to prove you weren't the problem? Drop your story in the comments. I read them all. And if this one hit home, subscribe. I break down these receipts-driven stories every week. You're not alone. You're not crazy. Sometimes you just need proof. I'm back next time with another story. Thanks for listening. And remember, document everything. This has been a fictionalized dramatization for entertainment purposes. It is not legal or financial advice. Always consult a licensed professional for your specific situation.